Have you ever wondered why certain messages seem to find you exactly when you need them most? Why, out of all the videos and voices in the world, you're here now, drawn to this moment? Perhaps you're feeling disconnected, uncertain about your next step on the spiritual path, or maybe you just need confirmation that you're not alone in your journey. In times of confusion or silence, we seek not just clarity, but alignment. And today, you've been guided here for a reason. In this video, I'll be channeling messages from higher guidance for our beautiful collective. Messages meant to realign you with your inner truth, your divine path, and your energetic power. We'll explore the deeper dimensions of life, love, and the law of attraction, allowing the energy that flows through this channel to meet you where you are and lift you into where you're meant to go. Whether you're facing emotional fog, spiritual stagnation, or simply a need to reconnect, this message holds something sacred for you. By the end of this video, you'll walk away with not only spiritual insight, but a renewed sense of clarity and purpose. You'll remember that you are never truly alone, and that the universe is always speaking, always sending signs, and always guiding you back to your power. Even through my slightly congested voice today, the energy is strong, the call is real, and the message is here for you. So welcome, beautiful soul, to Spiritual Universe. I'm honored that you've joined me here. If you feel a spark of recognition in your heart, I invite you to stay with me until the very end of this video, because the message that could shift your energy might be just one moment away. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, so you never miss a message meant for your soul. Number 1. Energetic ascension and physical realignment. Lately, I've been hearing the word ascension echoing through the collective energy field, and many of you may be feeling it deeply. These aren't just poetic whispers of spiritual awakening. They are real, tangible shifts moving through your mind, emotions, and body. If you are empathic or energetically sensitive, these vibrations may feel especially intense right now. The current wave of ascension is doing more than just expanding your awareness. It's actively realigning your energy with the frequency of divine love. For some of you, this energetic realignment is stirring your soul's connections. It might be preparing you for the arrival of a soulmate, or even calling in your twin flame. If you haven't met your divine counterpart yet, this shift may be magnetizing that sacred connection toward you. It's not just a spiritual longing, it's a powerful energetic preparation that rearranges timelines, emotions, and even your physical space to make room for union. However, with realignment often comes discomfort. Many are reporting heightened anxiety, especially manifesting in the chest, neck, shoulders, and upper back. You might be feeling tightness, pressure, or random aches in those areas. This isn't random. Your physical body is recalibrating, learning to hold more light, more divine energy, and more love. These sensations are part of an energetic upgrade, a physical shedding of old densities that no longer align with your soul's evolving path. It's important to remember that ascension is not just an abstract spiritual journey, it is deeply embodied. As your soul expands, your nervous system, muscles, and cells respond. You are literally transforming from the inside out. That said, I am not a medical professional, and if you're experiencing persistent or distressing symptoms, it is always wise to seek medical guidance. Spiritual shifts and physical health can coexist, and both deserve care and attention. Still, for many on the awakening path, these bodily changes are a powerful sign that something extraordinary is unfolding. You are not breaking down, you are rising. Trust the process. Nurture yourself. Stay grounded, drink water, rest when needed, and know that what you're feeling is not only valid, but sacred. You are ascending, and your body is learning how to carry more light than ever before. Before we move into the next part of this journey, take a moment to check in with yourself. Have you been feeling these energetic shifts in your own body or emotions? Maybe you've sensed the presence of a divine connection drawing near, or perhaps you've been experiencing unexplained physical tension as your system upgrades to hold more light. If any of this resonates with you, I'd love to hear your experience. Share your thoughts in the comments below, or simply type, "I am ready to hold more divine light," as a powerful affirmation to anchor your energy. And if this message is speaking to your soul, don't forget to like this video to help it reach more people who might need this message right now. Number 2. Spiritual strength in the face of delayed manifestation. There is a powerful presence here, a divine feminine energy that radiates grace and quiet resilience. I sense someone with flowing black hair or a symbolic connection to pearls, a soul who has been standing strong, rooted in her truth, and holding the frequency of her highest desires with unwavering faith. Despite this inner alignment, however, your external reality may not yet reflect the fruits of your spiritual labor, and that disconnect can feel deeply frustrating. The longer you wait, the more the silence around you begins to echo with doubt, and perhaps you're even starting to question whether the universe has heard you at all. If this message finds you in that space, please know this: you are not alone, and more importantly, you are not being ignored. You are being refined. The discomfort you feel isn't a sign of failure. It's a signal that something powerful is shifting beneath the surface. This is not a punishment. It is a sacred test of your spiritual strength. The anxiety or restlessness you may be experiencing is a natural response to prolonged spiritual endurance, but it is also the final resistance before a breakthrough. You are so close. The victory card has made itself known, and that is no coincidence. It is here to affirm what your soul already knows, but your eyes have yet to see. Your breakthrough is on its way. You have not been holding this frequency in vain. You have been co-creating with the divine, even if the results have been slow to appear. Energetically, something is already aligning behind the scenes. One of the most significant shifts approaching involves communication. This may come in the form of a long-awaited message, a reconnection, or a heartfelt expression from someone deeply tied to your soul's journey. It could be the text you've replayed in your mind, the conversation you've prayed for, or even the closure you thought you'd never receive. Spirit is preparing the words. The universe is aligning the moment, and when it arrives, you will feel the shift, not only in your external world, but deep within your soul. So take heart, stand firm in your light. Continue nurturing the vision you've been holding with such dedication. The unseen forces are moving, the divine timing is unfolding, and you are closer than ever to seeing your spiritual strength reflected in the physical. Let faith be your anchor, let patience be your power, and above all, know that your energy has never gone unnoticed. Number 3. Telepathic pull and soul recognition. You may find yourself in a season of solitude, perhaps newly single, healing from a recent breakup, or walking away from a situation that no longer resonated with your truth. And though others may have misunderstood your decisions, questioning whether your standards were too high or your expectations unrealistic, deep within your heart, you know the truth. This wasn't about chasing fantasy. It was about honoring a higher calling, one that your soul has always remembered, even if your conscious mind couldn't yet fully explain it. You came into this life with a sacred mission, a soul contract intricately woven with another, your divine counterpart, someone who mirrors your spiritual frequency, your depth, and your truth. For many of you, this connection isn't something you read about in books or simply wish for. It's something you've felt, viscerally, unmistakably. Long before any physical meeting, you may have received signs in dreams, glimpses of a presence that felt like home, or waves of telepathic knowing that someone, somewhere, is energetically reaching out to you. Some of you may already know who this person is. Perhaps you've met and parted ways, caught in the push and pull of separation, trying to make sense of a connection that defies logic but never leaves your heart. Others may still be awaiting the physical encounter, feeling the build-up, the inner quickening, as if destiny is preparing the stage for something extraordinary. Wherever you stand in this moment, one thing is certain: the pull is real. It's not a projection or wishful thinking. It's an energetic truth, one that is intensifying as both souls awaken more fully to their shared mission. This is soul recognition, a remembrance that transcends time and space. And if you felt it, you're not alone. You're being called deeper into alignment with your truest self, so that when this divine encounter unfolds, it does so with clarity, purpose, and a love that resonates at the highest level of truth. If this message resonates with your heart, take a moment to reflect. Have you felt this telepathic pull, this soul-deep recognition, even before someone entered your physical life? Whether you're in union, separation, or awaiting that destined meeting, your experience matters. and your story could be the light someone else needs to hear. I'd love to know what this brought up for you. Share your thoughts in the comments below, or simply type, "I feel the connection," to affirm what your soul already knows. Now let's dive deeper into what this sacred pull means for your journey ahead. Number 4. Shared wounds and mirrored journeys. The soul's unspoken bond. You're not imagining the intensity of this connection. The person you're thinking of is more than just familiar. They are a mirror of your soul's most tender experiences. Like you, they've known the pain of being misunderstood, the ache of heartbreak, and the burden of carrying emotions too deep for the world to understand. They may be a writer, a musician, an artist, someone who channels their emotions into creativity, someone who sees the world through a poetic lens, who feels everything at full volume, even in a world that often demands silence. They, like you, have been called too much, too sensitive, too emotional, too intense. And just like you, they've walked through their own darkness alone, wondering if anyone else could ever truly understand. But the truth is, your hearts speak the same frequency. There is a sacred resonance between your souls that transcends time, logic, and distance. It's not just chemistry, it's a spiritual alignment so rare and powerful that it feels like destiny. Right now, you may find yourself caught between two realities, the one you've painfully outgrown and the one that hasn't fully arrived yet. This in-between can be disorienting. It stirs a quiet kind of anxiety, not loud or chaotic, but a subtle restlessness that hums beneath the surface. It's the feeling of knowing that something is coming, yet not being able to name it. You're not waiting for just a message. You're waiting for a confirmation from the universe that this soul connection is real, that all the internal shifts and healing you've done have led you to this precise moment. And perhaps that message, spoken or unspoken, is already on its way. A conversation, a sign, a moment of clarity may soon arrive to bridge the space between you. You are not alone in this journey. You are being mirrored, understood, and energetically held by someone who has walked a path strikingly similar to your own. You were never meant to walk this road alone. The shared pain, the mirrored wounds, and the silent knowing between your souls are part of a sacred union preparing to unfold. Number 5. Sacred union and soul missions, a divine alignment beyond romance. This connection goes far beyond romance. This person is not simply a partner, they are a divine catalyst. Their presence in your life isn't just meaningful, it's transformational. Together, you don't just complement each other emotionally, you align on a soul level, where purpose, passion, and destiny converge. Your paths were never random, they were divinely orchestrated to intersect at a moment when both of you were ready to awaken deeper truths within yourselves. Your professions, your passions, and your spiritual callings all form a mosaic of shared purpose. This isn't about losing yourself in another person, it's about rising together. One of you may be more grounded in the physical world, offering stability, clarity, and a strong foundation. The other may be more ethereal, intuitive, or spiritually attuned, carrying gifts such as healing, music, writing, or visionary creativity. But when combined, your energies create balance, a powerful union where vision meets manifestation and dreams become real. There may be visible differences between you, an age gap, physical distance, cultural background, or unconventional dynamics. But despite these external contrasts, your energetic resonance is undeniable. It's as if your souls recognize each other immediately, harmonizing in a frequency that makes no sense to the mind, yet feels deeply right in the heart. This sacred relationship is not without its challenges, but every moment of growth serves a divine purpose. You are each being called to step more fully into your highest self, not only for your personal evolution, but for the collective impact you're destined to make. This is a union with a mission, a partnership that stretches beyond companionship into co-creation. You were brought together to support one another in rising, healing, creating, and sharing your light with the world. So if you felt a sense of urgency, of sacred timing, or of something greater working behind the scenes, it's because this connection holds the keys to your soul's expansion. The meeting of your hearts was never accidental. It was a spark igniting a shared purpose, a union written in the stars and rooted in something timeless, holy, and world-shifting. To help you understand this sacred dynamic more vividly, imagine a musician and a healer, two souls who may seem different on the surface, yet are deeply intertwined in purpose. The musician channels divine frequencies through sound, creating melodies that stir the soul and awaken memory. The healer, with hands that carry light and words that soothe, brings those same vibrations into the body, grounding them through touch, guidance, or energy work. Alone, their gifts are powerful, but together, they become transformational. The music amplifies the healing, and the healing deepens the music. One expresses, the other anchors. One dreams, the other builds. In the sacred dance of their union, each helps the other step more fully into their divine role, serving not only each other, but the world. This is the essence of a sacred soul mission, when love becomes the foundation and purpose becomes the legacy. Number 6. Overcoming barriers and emotional resistance. The hidden path to union. Even when the pull between two souls is undeniable, when the energy feels electric and the connection seems destined, there can still be invisible walls standing in the way. These barriers might not be physical, but they are powerful nonetheless. They may come in the form of societal expectations, professional obligations, or emotional hesitations that neither of you quite know how to name. Perhaps he fears the consequences of stepping into the unknown. Maybe he's recovering from wounds of the past, betrayals, heartbreaks, or the remnants of old programming that taught him to fear vulnerability. Whatever the form, the resistance is real, yet it is not insurmountable. This divine masculine energy, though perhaps appearing distant on the surface, is deeply aware of your presence. You may not always see it through words or action, but his spirit is silently orbiting yours. He senses your light, and while part of him is drawn to it like a moth to a flame, another part may feel unworthy or overwhelmed. You, as the divine feminine, are radiant and whole, and in that wholeness, you trigger his inner healing. Sometimes that healing begins with retreat, with silence, with fear, not because he doesn't care, but because your energy has awakened something in him he can no longer ignore. What you're feeling in the quiet moments, those lingering thoughts, that ache in your chest, that sense of being tethered to someone across time and space, is not mere longing, it's activation. On a soul level, something ancient has been stirred. Whether he's aware of it consciously or not, the bond you share is older than this lifetime. You are not meeting for the first time, you are remembering each other, and in that remembrance, a sacred energy has begun to flow between you, guiding you back to a love that transcends fear, logic, and even circumstance. So while the outer world may show distance or delay, know that within the energetic realm, a reunion is already unfolding. The resistance you're facing is not rejection, it's recalibration. It's the heart learning to open again after lifetimes of being guarded. Your patience, your love, and your inner stability are not going unnoticed. In fact, they are paving the very path that will eventually lead him home, to you. Number 7. Divine timing and past life preparation. Why this lifetime matters. You didn't arrive at this moment by accident. You've been preparing for this union not just for years, but for lifetimes. This isn't just a fleeting connection, it's the convergence of two advanced souls who have walked through countless incarnations to meet again in divine timing. There is something uniquely sacred about this lifetime, something that sets it apart from all the others. You feel it in your bones, in your dreams, in the magnetic pull that keeps drawing your heart towards someone who feels like home. As the divine feminine, your journey has been especially intense. You may have carried heavy karmic contracts, not only for yourself, but for the collective. Your soul agreed to anchor light into the world, to hold space for healing, and to embody unconditional love, often at the cost of personal desires. In many lifetimes, you may have been the healer, the guide, the priestess, the one who sacrificed romantic fulfillment to fulfill a higher calling. And in this life, that calling hasn't disappeared, but the reward for your perseverance is finally near. Perhaps you've often wondered why love seemed elusive, why relationships that others easily settled into never quite resonated with your soul, why you felt a constant undercurrent of longing, as if someone, somewhere, was missing. It's because you were never meant to settle for half-hearted love. You weren't designed to be distracted by connections that weren't divinely aligned. Your solitude wasn't a punishment, it was a sacred cocoon, a period of divine refinement. You've always felt different, more intentional, more spiritually driven. You sensed, even from a young age, that your path wouldn't follow the typical trajectory. That inner calling made you restless at times, even lonely. But that same restlessness sharpened your awareness, deepened your intuition, and honed your soul to recognize truth when it finally arrived. That truth is beginning to manifest now. This isn't just about romance. It's about mission. It's about divine alignment. And it's about two souls, finally ready, stepping into the sacred timeline they agreed to long before this life began. The preparation is complete, the timing is perfect, and your soul knows. This is the moment everything begins to align. If you've made it this far, it's not by chance. It's because something in your soul recognizes this truth. You are awakening to the depth of your journey and the divine timing guiding your steps. Take a moment to reflect. Have you felt this quiet knowing within you, that all the solitude, all the waiting was never in vain? We'd love to hear your story, your moments of preparation, your signs, your sacred knowing. Share it in the comments below, or simply affirm your readiness by typing, "I trust divine timing and my soul's path." Your words may be the confirmation someone else needs to hear today. Number 8. Emotional safety and the power of soul activation. There is something unmistakable about this connection, an inner knowing that whispers, "You are safe here." When you meet this person, your soul will recognize them before your mind does. It won't be chaos or confusion. It will be calm. Your intuition will give you a clear green light, not through words, but through a subtle peace that settles deep within you. Their presence won't just touch your heart, it will ripple through your entire being, merging with your energy, influencing your thoughts, dreams, and even the way you sleep. This is not ordinary. This is soul-level merging. If you've already crossed paths with this person, chances are you've already awakened something powerful in each other. That moment of recognition, whether through a look, a feeling, or an inexplicable pull, marked the beginning of a sacred activation. And if you haven't met yet, that encounter is not far off. The energetic current is already moving, weaving your timelines closer together, preparing the space for your union. This is a connection that defies surface attraction. Expect long conversations that stretch deep into the night, not out of obligation, but out of a soul's need to be seen and heard. You'll feel as though you've known each other across lifetimes, as if you're finally returning to a place that always existed, but was just out of reach. It's not just a relationship, it's a homecoming. More than anything, this bond carries a higher purpose. It's not here to detour you from your path. On the contrary, it will awaken the mission encoded in your spirit. This connection exists to amplify your purpose, to sharpen your clarity, and to help you rise into the full embodiment of your soul's calling. When you align with someone like this, your destiny begins to move. Your journey accelerates, your light expands. So if you felt your energy shifting, if your sleep has been restless, or your intuition seems louder than usual, pay attention. These are signs that soul activation is underway. You are not imagining it. The connection is real, sacred, and deeply aligned with the purpose your heart has always known. As we come to the end of this message, I want to leave you with a deeper invitation, a sacred pause to reflect on Rumi's words, not just as poetic inspiration, but as a living, breathing mirror of your own becoming. He writes, "From nothing to everything. If you are longing to be written on, become a blank page." This is not just a metaphor. It is a call to surrender, to soften your grip on the narratives you've outgrown, to release the shackles of old identities, fears, and timelines that no longer serve you. You are being asked, by the universe, by your higher self, by love itself, to make space for the unwritten, to become the invitation for a greater story. A story more beautiful, more radiant, more aligned than the one your mind has dared to imagine. It is not a story written by pain or shaped by the past. It is a divine romance, a spectacular ending that begins the moment you say yes to transformation. So I ask you now, What are you willing to let go of to become that blank page? What part of your soul is whispering that it's time to rise, time to soften, time to begin again? If Rumi's words spoke to your heart today, I invite you to type this affirmation in the comments as a sign of your soul's readiness. I am ready to become the blank page for my divine story. Let's declare it together and witness each other in our collective unfolding. If this message resonated with you, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who may need to hear these words, and subscribe so you never miss a moment of this unfolding journey. Thank you, beloved soul, for walking this path with me. May you walk forward in grace, truth, and the poetry of becoming